stress, no? Yeah, this topic, stress and stress management. It's quite interesting. And when this topic came to me, when Shanoli ma'am, she actually approached me. She gave me two options. So other I don't remember properly because I was too very invested in this stress management. So I straight away grabbed the topic stress management because these days, even small children, we are hearing, "Ma'am, मुझे stress हो रहा है, मुझे stress मत दो." So better we discuss what it is and how should we be dealing with this, because every other person, every second person I feel is going through some stress. Either it's a long time stress or a short time stress. So, yeah. So 17 participants are already there. So I would request Vikrant sir. Vikrant sir, are you with us? Or can we start right away?
Just wait for 2 minutes, ma'am. Then we can start. Some participants are waiting, actually. They have some issue in joining.
No worries. No
Yeah.
worries. So as I was saying that even the smaller children these days, they are complaining about this stress, and it's highly prevalent in the college going students, because I live here in a college premises, it's basically Birla Institute of Science and Technology. Here we have a separate cell for mental health and well-being, and the cases being registered are increasing day by day. Like every year, there is a sudden rise in the cases. So it's high time that we should address this problem and we should talk about it and get it sorted. We talk about it, we identify it, and we should know the techniques to deal with our stress, because the stress is subjective. Not the two persons would not be feeling stress in the same situation. So the thing is that since it is subjective, so we should be well aware that what works best for me and how I should be dealing with it. So that is what we are looking forward in this webinar today. Just few more minutes and then we can start. We can ready to do.
Dr. Praveena.
Yes, hello ma'am. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. Actually, I'm traveling. So you can start directly, no issues.
Okay. Yeah. That I was actually having the idea. Okay, no worry. So, hello everyone. Myself, Dr. Pramila Jha. I am working as an early childhood educator and science educator in Birla Education Trust, Pilani. So, it's been more than 15 years that I am into this education sector, and more lately, around 7-8 years, I am dealing with very small children. Apart from that, I am very keen and looking forward for the opportunities working as a resource person, CBSE resource person. I deliver talks in the various parts of the country, and my forte and my basic skill sets are project-based learning, student-centric learning, experiential learning, and stress management. So this is about me. I would like quick introduction from your side. So can I request one by one all you to switch on the camera and say just hi to me so that I can be acquainted to my audience? Madhusudan sir, Ritu.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Prajisha. Okay. Sanjay Kumar sir.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Ma'am, I am from Patna.
Yes.
Myself, I am the level 2 BCCI cricket coach, basically. So I am working with cricketers from last 6 years. I am working with Bihar Cricket Association as the coach. Last year, I was the under 19 head coach Bihar.
Wow.
Maybe this year I will also the head coach there.
That's good. That's great
The
to hear.
topic was so nice. That's why I'm coming in this group.
Oh, that's good. That's good. As I was saying a minute before, no, this topic of stress, and it is very prevalent in our society these days, and even small children, they are experiencing stress. So we should be knowing, yeah, we should be knowing strategies and techniques to deal with it. Hello, sir. Okay, so coming directly on to the topic, stress and techniques to manage it. Okay, let me share my screen first. Just give me a minute. Vikrant, sir?
Yeah, Dr. Pavina.
Yeah. Sir, I think I don't have rights to share my screen. Can you please guide me?
Yeah, you can share.
Yeah. So, I don't...
I think Dr. Vikrant, you have to allow everybody,
Yes.
other participants to share, I think.
Yeah.
It's already open for all.
Yeah. Now got it. Yeah. Yes. Now the screen is visible? Yeah.
Yes, it's visible.
It's visible now. So let me just put it in the sharing mode. Okay. So the topic for today's evening is stress management for teachers and parents. And it is not basically for teachers and parents, but it is for everyone. And we would be knowing effective techniques to balance work and home. So let's begin with the topic. The list of the content. Today, we will be understanding what is stress. Then we will identify.
Please mute yourself. I'd request everybody, please mute yourself.
Okay. Ma'am? Yeah. So first we will be identifying, understanding what is stress. Then we will be identifying various sources of stress in teaching and parenting. And not only in teaching and parenting, but at our workplace as well. Then we will be looking into the effective stress management techniques. Then after this, we will be dealing with emotional resilience and mindset, because dealing with stress is one thing, and developing emotional resilience and immunity towards this stress is a long-term immunity which we will be getting. So, despite getting or learning effective stress management, we should also be learning emotional resilience and developing a mindset so that in future these small little things or very trivial things do not affect us, or they do not contribute, or they will not play a role of a stressor for us. That we will be dealing with what are the various support systems and resources available to deal with this stress. Then stress management strategies we can apply at work and home. Then maintaining long-term well-being. Coming on to the first part of the presentation, understanding stress. What basically is stress? Stress can be defined as our body's physical and emotional response to challenging and
वैसे भी नहीं मान
demanding
रही वैसे भी नहीं मान रहे ठीक है घर वाले वैसे भी जैसा कर रहे हैं वैसे ही वैसा करेंगे तो तुम या तो तुम्हें एक्शन ले लो
Vikrant sir,
अपनी तरफ से.
So there is some background noise coming. So as we were saying, I was saying that stress is the body's physical and emotional response to challenging or demanding situation. Sometimes some situation arises which is not favorable for us, or some unseen situation that arises. So in that situation, how our body is responding, and if it is responding or if it is taking as a negative response, then that situation becomes a stress for us. So in that stress situation, it triggers a state of tension that can impact our mental and physical well-being. So when this situation is arising, there can be two types. Either it is an acute or a chronic one. Acute means very short term, and it is situational. That means it is occurring for a shorter duration of time. Suppose you have to attend a meeting at 6:30, but by 6:15 or 6:20, you have not reached the office. So those 10 minutes will be of your stress, and that the level of stress on those 10 minutes would be very high. So
समझ नहीं आया बस
after you
जो बीत
reach
गया
the
पर तुम
office,
लोगों ने इसको अपने घर में इतनी इम्पोर्टेंस दी क्यों? पहले भी मैं तुमसे ये बोलना चाह रहा था।
Vikrant sir, I think your mic
इसको
is
ऐसे
on.
सर्वे सर्वा बना दिया तुमने हर चीज के लिए, जैसे इसके बिना जीवन नहीं है।
So in those 10 minutes, you will be feeling a very high level of stress. Do you agree with me? Say yes or type yes in chat box. Is that the situation?
Yes,
Yeah. And it happens in a teacher's life every day, because 7:30 we have to report, but we are leaving our home at 7 or 7:10. And those 20 minutes every day, those 20 minutes are very high point of stress. So this here is a situation where our stress level is too high. And it basically is an acute situation.
এটা কি মাইনাস তার এটা দিয়ে একসাথে করতে হবে?
Yes, very smaller duration, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Once you reach office, once you are in school, the tension or the stress goes away. Do you agree with me or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So, common causes of stress for teachers and parents, sometimes they are subjective and sometimes they are common. For teachers and parents, balancing home and office sometimes becomes very stressful. The long office hours and then accommodating your family priorities between those long working hours and office demands, sometimes we are feeling burnout and stressful. So there, handling the challenges, the behavioral challenges and coping with high expectations, they trigger stress for both parents and teachers. Next, so if we have to define it, we can define it as stress occurs when the pressure is greater than the resource. That means sometimes the pressure of reaching to the office is greater than the time we have. Sometimes meeting a deadline the time is very short, but the work pressure or the workload is higher. So in that situation, we are bound to feel the stress. So it is basically the time and the workload, the ratio between those two, that defines that what level of stress we will be getting. Suppose in some situation that the deadline is 15 or 20 days away and the workload is higher, you do not feel pressure because you have got ample of time. But on the contrary, the workload is same and you got just 4 or 5 days. So you can very well imagine what will be the level of stress there. So it is directly proportional to the resources given to you. Next is the sources of stress. In our day-to-day life, what are the different sources of stress that we can get. First and the foremost, I would be saying, is workplace stress. Because most of our time is spent in office, and there we get to deal with several mindsets. So there the level of stress, getting stress, or the possibilities of getting stress is higher. Sometimes the job security, that becomes an issue, that becomes stressful, because these days many people, they are on contractual appointment, so they are always thinking that we are working very hard, but still will be getting a permanent position or not. So they are always dealing with this job insecurity, and if it lingers for a longer time, it may give to a stress to that person. Then increased workloads, the load which a person can manage is okay, but sometimes it happens that the other person is on leave, so that workload is also given to you, so that also increases your workload. And when the workload increases, the deadlines become shorter. This again acts as a means of stress to us. Then we have financial stress. Many people, they are into debts, and the earning is lesser than the expenses and their liabilities. So that is bound there. In that situation, person is bound to get the stress. Then these days, these young people, or maybe I would say few older couples, they may be feeling relationship stress, because having a conflict with your spouse and living with that spouse becomes very difficult. Their habits, their choices, and their plannings, if they are not aligned with you, then it can also contribute to a stress. The next one is the health stress. Some people, they are going through some chronic diseases. So in those situations also, they have to deal with that stress. Suppose there's a situation of a person who is having migraine. So every time when the person is exposed to the hostile conditions, that migraine attack happens. And during that attack, maybe for 1 hour or 2 hours, that the efficiency of person drastically declines. So that again becomes a health stress, because in those situations, the person says that I am not feeling healthy, so I will not be doing. So 4 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, the time which he or she would be devoting to the job will not be devoted there, because the person will be sitting and looking for the strategies to manage that migraine. Some people, they are having hypertension. Some people are having diabetes. So health conditions, sometimes they also become a stressful situation. Then in some persons' life, some major life events happen, like loss of job or the loss of the near and dear one in the family. So that also contributes to a level of stress in a person's life. The next one is daily hassles, the minor annoyance, and those accumulate into the stress. I would relate here to the life of a teacher. In the life of a teacher, there are different type of difficulties, like completing the syllabus, then teaching students, making the lesson plans, maintaining the discipline. So in a class of 40 minutes, a teacher has to do multiple things simultaneously. And if the class is nearby principal's office or the coordinator's office, so the condition becomes even worse. Do you agree with me or not? Yes. Friends, are you there? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's
so
true.
as
I think all are replying in the chat.
yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So these are the different sources of stress that one might get. So if we look into these different sources, there are multiple means, whether at home or at workplace, we can get stress. This. So we should be knowing how to recognize these stress symptoms and deal with it. First is recognizing stress symptoms. When some person is experiencing stress, that is manifested either into the physical system or into the emotional symptoms or behavioral systems, that ultimately put an impact on work and family life. First, I will go with the physical symptoms. So when a person is feeling or going through some stress, the common physical symptoms are headache, muscle tension, fatigue, digestive issues like acid reflux. So if we recognize these symptoms, we can manage them early. As I know one of the participants who is have joined us from Bihar, who's a coach. Sir, Sanjay sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I would like to hear from you that you are dealing with several players. And of course,
Yeah,
they
ma'am.
also get into or they experience stress. So what are the symptoms, physical symptoms? Have you ever experienced or have you ever, like players, they are complaining of these symptoms when they are into the stress?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, when the players they feel the stress maximum time when you are when they peoples are not ready for the proper. Basically, they are not taking the proper fitness camp. So
Hmm.
sometimes they have feeling the stress. How I will deal with the 50 overs match? How I will play in 4 days matches? Then there is the lot of issues in the muscles tissues. Then
Yes.
physio is coming from that side, and he's given that a lot of guidelines to him. After that, he when he recover, then again he is able to play, ma'am.
Right, right. So as sir has discussed with us, when this stress, so because the players they this lots of physical exertion is there. So when they are into the stressful condition, the muscle soreness, muscle tension, fatigue, and headache is the sign. So we can make out that this player is going through some sort of stress. Then other symptom is an emotional one, and emotional one is evident to all because emotions are expressible. So when a person is frequently irritated and having mood swings, sometimes he or she is feeling anxiety, withdrawal, like we are having a team meeting, we are having a meeting in the office, and he or she is not participating fully. If some question is being asked to him or her, they are showing the sign of withdrawal, the decreased motivation. So these are emotional and behavioral symptoms that the person is going through a stress. And when this level of stress is very, very high, it is manifested into sleep and eating habit. The sleep habit
Sharing to be seated.
or sleeping that is disturbed, sleeping pattern is disturbed, the eating pattern is disturbed, either they are not feeling this appetite lost is happening, or they are indiscriminately eating anything and everything which is coming in front of them. So this is some emotional and behavioral symptom which they are experiencing. And this, if there is an elevated level of stress, then it will reduce the focus and productivity both at workplace and the home. And when a person is continuously irritated, showing mood swings, so yes, it may happen and it may actually affect the relationship with the colleagues and the family. Next, signs of emotional stress. So how can we identify that a person is going through the stress? What are the changes? Those we see in emotion. A person may show anxiety.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello, Taposhi ma'am. Could you please mute yourself? Taposhi ma'am, could you please mute yourself?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So when a person is in the stress, the emotional behavior which he or she would be exhibiting, that person will be continuously anxious, worrying, and very nervous every time for very small thing or a bigger thing. Bigger thing is logical, but for very smaller thing, that person becomes very anxious. So that is a sign of that person is going through stress. Then a person, on the contrary to this, a person may go into the depression, that persistent sadness, withdrawal, that person is not taking part in any of the activity that is happening around him or her. Irritability, mood swings, difficulty in concentrating. This difficulty in concentrating is mostly seen in children. When they are going through exam stress, they are always complaining that I am not able to focus, because something there in the mind that has been disturbed and which needs to be reset. That is why this problem in concentrating is occurring. Then there may happen a memory problem. Whatever he or she is learning, they are not getting it fully. So these
Ma'am,
are...
can I ask some question?
Yeah, please, ma'am.
Ma'am, actually, I just wanted to ask that whenever what happens is, I am also a sports teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, and I also deal with many of the students like that. Some of the students, they are good in studies, or they are medium level of studies, but some students, they are weak in studies, but they are very good in sports.
Yes.
Okay, what happens is when we do the practice on the ground and all,
Hmm.
then some of the teachers in the school, maybe teachers, maybe parents, anyone, they just give them that तुम बस खेलते रहो, तुम्हारा कुछ नहीं होने वाला,
Yes.
तुम्हारे मतलब ऐसे करके उनसे बोला जाता है, तो
Hmm.
फिर उसके बाद वो लोग बहुत इरिटेटेड हो जाते हैं,
Yes.
है ना? और
हाँ.
then what can we do for them in such type of students, because the teachers also are there that they also tell the parents, ये सिर्फ खेलता रहता है, इसकी पढ़ाइयाँ लैक हो रही हैं, ऐसे ही पढ़ने में कमजोर है, तो ये आगे खेलेगा तो कैसे करेगा? So that is, and the parent, no, they don't understand ki what is the future in sports. They don't understand because they want the academics to be done it properly. So
Yes.
can you just
Pramila ma'am?
help me out
Yes,
in
sir.
what
Yes,
can be
sir.
done?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Pramila ma'am,
Yes, sir.
can I give the answer for this? If you don't mind?
Please. Sure,
Yeah.
please, sir.
Yeah, sir, do you rate sports as number one in acquiring what you call a job or anything, or the basic education? We are talking about the school. When
Yeah.
you are talking about the school,
Yes.
where do you stand? Suppose that the child has been a very good player. He has what you call represented nationals, but he has failed his 10th. Can you open what you call how he can grow in his life with this kind of... Now, suppose he has represented in Coco.
Yeah.
He has gone to nationals. Now, you tell me how this boy will go to get a good job with this kind of certificate. Everybody can't become Sachin Tendulkar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody is not Sachin Tendulkar, and everybody is not having a base.
Yes.
Hence, the school teachers expect that minimum requirement of qualification is essential for anything to
That
acquire.
I can understand. Minimum qualification is compulsory for each and every student.
Yeah.
But if a student, if he is a 45% student or 40% student, can't he go ahead?
He can go ahead
He can
only
go ahead,
because he have to take him in privacy, and you have to tell him that you just try to do both sides in a better fashion.
yes, equally,
And you are a
yes.
good player. You are a good player. That you have
we
to
tell the
slowly...
students, we explain student, we motivate them.
No,
But
even you have to take the
actually the
teacher into
pressure of
consideration.
teacher and parent is so
No,
much on the
sir,
students.
let me tell you. Suppose you're in your school, there is two teachers who have been very much only concerned about academic. So you have to take the teacher, the principal, and yourself, all three sit together and say, ma'am, this is a case happening, and this boy is very good at the sports, and he's been at the border level of
We are
education.
doing that, sir. We are doing that. We are
Hence,
doing
that is
it.
what I'm saying. Means it is, don't
Yeah.
get irritated because of some teacher has asked. So
Right,
everybody will look into their own circles. मेरे circle
Yeah,
में बहुत
that is
बढ़िया
there.
हूँ,
We have to. We
मैं
have to.
बढ़िया हूँ.
Yes.
So
Right.
बढ़िया हम हैं, बच्चे नहीं हैं.
हाँ,
ये तो है. हाँ, सही बात है.
So जब बच्चे का बात आती है, तो बच्चे को क्या करना है? We all people who have been minding the child.
हाँ.
Yeah.
So we
Sometimes
have to trace that.
right.
And we have to
Actually,
remove
what
the
is there,
stress
ना
of that
मैम?
child.
Sir, what is there ना? Parents का expectation क्या है? कि मैंने इतने अच्छे स्कूल में डाला है, इतना पैसा मैं दे रहा हूँ, और वो 40% का बच्चा उनको सीधे 70% चाहिए, तो कहाँ से आएगा सर? वो बच्चा धीरे ही धीरे ना ग्रो करेगा.
See, that is what I'm saying. First, you have to counsel the parent along with the team. Along with the
Yeah,
team.
that I know. Yeah. That
I
we are doing.
agree with
See,
the
all the
sir.
time,
Agree.
school is not individual. School is an holistic and complete with the team.
Yeah.
And plus, we have to make them understand, like there is a concept of educating parents about education. How the school is taking education of your child. अभी क्या है, जैसे सर बात कर रहे हैं होलिस्टिक एजुकेशन का, होलिस्टिक ग्रोथ का, तो उसमें फिजिकल डेवलपमेंट इज एट पार. वो भी इतना ही इम्पोर्टेंट है जितना अदर कॉग्निटिव डेवलपमेंट्स है. So we have to counsel the parents, उनसे बैठ के बात करनी पड़ेगी कि see, your child is doing very good in sports and not every child is achieving this level. So we understand that this boy or this girl is gifted. अब हमें, अगर हम उसको properly support करेंगे as a team of teacher or school and parent, then probably this child may achieve something in the life. और उसके साथ में बच्चे की हैंड होल्डिंग हमें कैसे करनी होगी कि उसके लिए जो बेसिक मिनिमम है वो तो कराना ही है, साथ में थोड़ी सी अलग से उसको वर्कशीट्स वगैरह दे सकते हैं. एंड ट्रैकिंग हिज और हर इंडिविजुअल रिकॉर्ड. सपोज अभी यहाँ था 40% पे था, 45% पे हो गया, 50% पे हो गया, तो वो जो हमें ग्रोथ रिकॉर्ड हमें दिखाई दे रहा है वो भी हमें शेयर करना होगा कि सी, along with the sports, this child is also growing in the subjects. अब ऐसा नहीं कि ये आपका बच्चा उस बच्चे से कॉम्पीट कर सकता है या उसको बीट कर सकता है जो 99% ला रहा है, लेकिन बच्चा as an individual खुद ग्रो कर रहा है.
he is growing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is more important. That is more important.
Yes.
सर आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं?
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay,
Yeah,
so let's move on. Let's move
on to the next.
Yeah. So every time this stress is not external. Sometimes some person may feel stress from internal source as well. And those factors may be lifestyle choice, sometimes negative self-talk we do with us, mind traps, and personality traits. So we'll discuss every point one by one. First is lifestyle choice. Uptake of caffeine. If the person is dependent of caffeine or is taking 2 levels of caffeine, so this also can become a source of stress for them. Lack of sleep. If the person is using a mobile or television for longer hours and is not able to take the minimum 6 hours of sleep, तो उस condition में भी बिल्कुल हो सकता है कि stress हो गई होगा. And sometimes if they are having overloaded schedule, this can also contribute to their stress. What is negative self-talk? Some persons, they are always in self-doubt. They have a pessimistic type of thinking. अरे ये तो होगा ही नहीं, अरे नहीं हो सकता, अरे ये मुश्किल है, अरे इतना काम ऐसे कैसे होगा. So when we are constantly doing negative self-talk about ourselves, ये तो मुझसे नहीं होगा, भाई ये मैं नहीं कर सकता, कोई भी कर सकता है पर मैं नहीं कर सकता. जब हम इस तरह की बात हमेशा अपने बारे में डीमीनिंग बातें करेंगे, तो क्या होगा कि अल्टीमेटली रिवॉल्व करके वो हमारे सामने आएंगी. एंड ऑफ कोर्स इन दोस सिचुएशन we will not be able to achieve our goals. And if continuously we are failing in achieving our goals, then we are surely bound to get into a system of stress. And some people are over analyzing situations. ये हुआ तो कैसे होगा, वो हुआ तो कैसे होगा, और मिला मिलू के they are every time coming into the negative situation. So when we are always being pessimistic, self-critical, self-criticism and over-analyzing the situation, then these things can also contribute to the stressful conditions. Some people are trapped into the mind traps made by themselves. They make unrealistic expectations by themselves, for themselves. They take things personally, everything personally. Like in a meeting, if boss is saying something and he is saying it in a group that our team has failed to achieve this goal. So these types of persons, they take things personally. मुझे ही कह रहे थे, और तो कोई नहीं होगा, मुझे ही कह रहे होंगे, अरे वो मेरे लिए ही कह रहे थे. तो इस तरह से कई लोगों के अंदर अपना माइंड ट्रैप बना के चलते हैं, because they are actually more inclined towards the negativity. So they think and they feel negative in every situation. That is why they are bound into a trap. So if we are bound into this type of mind trap, this conditions may become stressful. One thing is all or nothing thinking. Some people are always into this type of approach, all or nothing. कि मुझे सभी कुछ करना है, मुझे टॉप पर ही पहुंचना है. अगर मैं टॉप पर नहीं हूं, that means I'm not doing anything, I have not achieved anything. Either I will be getting everything or I have done nothing. So if you are always into the extreme ends, that mind trap can also give you a stressful condition. Exaggerating every situation, rigid thinking, not having flexibility, like if you have made certain principles and certain behavior and you are not able to accommodate new things, in those situations also the conditions may become stressful. Okay, so as we have discussed that every time this stress is making us negative, but the good news is that this stress is not always a bad thing. In certain situations, this stress is also positive for us. So negative stress we call as stress, and positive stress we call as the eustress, EUSTRES. So sometimes there occurs a situation that for shorter duration of time you are feeling stressed, but when the condition goes away, that stress also goes away with it. So for that shorter duration, this stress, this actually help you or act as a positive motivator. So in our day-to-day life also, there are several conditions where we can feel that this stress was very good for us. Suppose like I had to deliver this talk. Before coming or switching on or joining this meeting for like 30 minutes, I was also into the stress. What was my stress? My stress was, will everything be good? And will all people will be joining in time? Will I be having a good audience? My slides will they be looking fine? So these types of situations or these thoughts, they were occurring. Yeah, of course, I would admit they were giving me a stress, but that was a sort of a positive stress for me that actually motivated me to do my best. So now I have here an exercise for all of you. I have jotted down certain situations. Now these situations you have to decide, and we will be together, we will be categorizing them. Either it is a negative stress or a positive stress for us. Either it is a eustress or a distress. So one by one, I'll be reading out the situation and we will be discussing that whether it is a positive stress or is it a negative stress. So first situation is reaching a family function on time. What do you feel? Is it a positive stress or a negative stress?
Positive.
Positive.
Yes, yes. The second situation is non-cooperative behavior of office colleagues.
Negative.
Negative.
This is a negative situation because same colleagues you will be seeing and their behavior, if is rigid, if they are not changing, then it will be becoming stressful condition for you, because day in, day out, you have to go to the same office. And no wonder, because of those toxic behavior in the office, many people shift the jobs. Do you agree with me or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Agree, ma'am.
Yeah, because they want to protect their mental peace. Okay, this next situation is arranging.
Positive.
Yeah, yes, arranging a grand inauguration of a conference. So, the 1 hour or 2 hours before that inauguration of high peak of stress, everybody is stressful. Everybody is like going mad. But once,
Ma'am, at times, but it can be negative also,
Yeah.
because we tend to shout at somebody because if the work is not done, we try
yes,
to take out the emotions or the anger on somebody else. So
yes,
at times it can be negative also.
it can sometimes be negative. But do we understand that? Suppose you know me as a colleague, I know you as a colleague, and in that stressful situation, if I say something or you say something to me, so we have to mutually understand that the person is not like that. It is the stressful condition which is compelling us to do so. No? So
Yes,
once this inauguration occurs, the speaker is on the mic, everything washes out. Everything is now into the position. Okay. Next is guests arriving in 2 hours without prior notice for dinner. What is this?
Negative stress.
This
Like
is a
Negative.
this is
Negative
a,
stress.
because
Negative.
you have come from the office, you are burned out, and so much things you have to do. You have to look for your home. You have to see whether the things are in the fridge or not. So everything is like in negative side of you. So this is a negative situation. Okay, joining a new college for higher studies.
Positive.
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 You have to look after many things, so many things, but still you are excited from down the heart and you are taking everything in a positive manner because it is giving you a positive change or positive reaction in your body. Okay.
One is motivated to join a new college.
Yes, the child is motivated to join the new college, and in any way that the aspirations are very high. So whatever the situations or the small problems those are occurring, those are very like they will be washed away once the child enters the college or the university. Okay. So positive stress, we till now we have understood that stress can have a positive effect, spurring motivation and awareness, providing a stimulation to cope with challenging situations. Stress also provides a sense of urgency and alertness needed for survival when confronting threatening situations. That till now we have understood by all these situations, we have understood that most of the stress we experience is self-generated. How we perceive life, how we take the situation is basically going to decide that either it is a stressful condition or it is a positive stress for us. Like as in my mind, the guest arriving in 2 hours for dinner, in my mind, it was a positive stress for me because I thought that the guest would be arriving, we'll have good meal, those are family or those are friends, so we will be having good time. But these 2 hours, of course, are more stressful. So I thought that this is a positive stress for me. I'll be making some good food today, not the simple one, and we'll be having a good time. So it is up to you. It is subjective how you are taking the situation, either as a positive stress or a negative stress. Okay, so stress is directly connected to our endocrine system because the hormones released during those stress conditions are secreted by endocrine system. and it demands on the physical and mental systems of the body, release in hormone secretion. Adrenaline is basically that stress hormone, or which gives us the idea of flight or fright. When we are into this stressful condition, this hormone is released in the body. So this is directly governed by the endocrine system. And when these hormones are released, these stress hormones are released in the body, we have increased pupil dilation, perspiration, sweating occurs, our heartbeat and blood pressure that rises, and we breathe, shallow breathing we take. Okay. So in those conditions, our mind is experiencing stress and our body is also aligned. It is giving us the signs of stress. Muscle tension that occurs, increased mental alertness that occurs. Okay. So when this stress condition is carried for a longer time, then we are bound to have some stress related illness. Some may result into cardiovascular diseases, some in immune system diseases, some may develop asthma, or some may develop illness like diabetes. So it is of very, very high importance that how do we deal with this stress, addressing this stress and dealing with stress in a positive manner becomes very, very important. Okay. So sources of stress in teaching and parenting, we have discussed that sometimes in classroom management, this the pressure of maintaining discipline, maintaining diverse type of students, the pressure of delivering, teaching them, that become very exhausting. Sometimes the workload is too high. So in that case, we are bound to have the stress. Sometimes some parents, they are very, very troublesome parents, cranky parents. So dealing with those parents who see fault and negativity in everything, dealing with those parents, especially during parents teachers meeting, when there are several parents are around and one parent comes and says कि मैडम कुछ नहीं पढ़ाई हो रही है आपके स्कूल में, तो ये खराब है, वो खराब है. So those situations, they become very stressful. And in the life of a teacher, if this thing happens in a PTM, that becomes a nightmare. So all these situations, how we are going to deal with them. Okay. So this I am skipping. It is just the balancing work and family, how parents would be feeling stressed because some people fail or they juggle to maintain a balance with work and the family. There they feel burnout. Then sometimes the child is not performing good in academics. Then they are in the stress condition. Sometimes the financial losses, social pressure, they also contribute to the stress in a parent's life. Now, the important part, where effective stress management techniques. How can we deal effectively to manage the stress? Okay. So there are few techniques at various levels, how practically we can reduce the stress. First and the foremost, I would say, is a time management. We have to manage the time, first thing, then make the priority list. If we prioritize the work, which work is to be done first, followed by second, then third, then in that manner, if we manage our time, then we can probably those last minute hassles or the stress, when the time is running short and deadline is coming closer, then we can avoid that situations. Second one is practical and very close to my heart is relaxation techniques, breathing and meditation. When we are into these stressful conditions, first and the foremost thing we should do is take a pause and do deep breathing. This deep breathing basically helps us to intake more oxygen into our mind so that our mind feels healthy and those stressful conditions, those are maintained. The most popular breathing technique that helps is 4:4:4 ratio, which we will be doing right now. So 4:4:4 is like you inhale for 4 seconds, hold the breath for 4 seconds, and then release for 4 seconds. Some people do it 4:8 breathing. That means inhaling for 4 seconds and exhaling for 8 seconds. So we can practically do it. I would request all of you to please switch on your camera so that everybody is visible, and we will be doing it practically here and see whether it helps or not. Can we switch on the camera? Yeah. So first I will be demonstrating and then we will be doing it simultaneously. So first we will do this 4:4:4 technique and then we'll do 4:8 technique. Okay, so breathe in for 4 seconds. What I did is I inhaled for 4 seconds, I hold my breath for 4 seconds, and then I exhale in 4 seconds. So what you can do is you can have it a count on your fingers, or maybe in your mind you can just make a count. Okay, so are we good to go? Can we do it?
Yes,
Sudhakar sir,
Yes,
I will
ma'am.
have. Kare ek baar?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, chalo, let's do it. Everybody, you can do it. It's most effective when we close our eyes. So we will be closing our eyes and doing it. Okay. For this, we have to sit in a straight position like this so that our spinal cord is just in a straight position like this. And then we'll inhale, hold for 4 seconds, and then we will exhale. This technique is very useful for immediate relief and relaxation. Deep breathing, because it increases the flow of oxygen into our mind and that is having a calming effect. The other one which I was saying is 4:8. We will inhale for 4 seconds and exhale through mouth for 8 seconds. Sitting straight and inhaling through nose, exhaling through mouth. Sitting at quiet place and doing it with conscious effort will definitely having a calming effect and this stress will be dissolved. And if you do it early in the morning, like 3 times in a day, it will surely be having a calming effect on you. Did this help? हो रहा है?
yes, ma'am.
Yes. So
Yes,
this is
ma'am.
how this breathing and relaxation techniques they help. This like in every before entering into every stressful situation, few people have this habit of deep breathing. When you deep breathe, the oxygen, the flow of oxygen is increased in our mind and we are having more mental alertness. So this we can do to have a calmer situation. Next is physical activity and exercise. We all know that if we engage ourselves into physical activities, that boosts the endorphin levels. Endorphins are good hormones that give us a sense of achievement. So if our mind is having this sense of achievement, the stress goes away. So increased level of endorphins reduces the cortisol or the stress hormone. So if the stress hormone is there, all the body parts will be working normally and the stress will be going out. It definitely improves our mind and it gives relief to the stress. So this management, stress management techniques we can imply. And for this relaxation or this breathing technique, you don't have to take your yoga mat wherever you are sitting before going into a stressful condition, before entering into the interview room, or before entering into a class where you have a bunch of notorious students. You can take a deep breath, can calm yourself, and then you can enter, and it will definitely help. Next, okay, so there are few games that we can play to calm our mind or so to dissolve the stress. So I have come up with 3 different puzzles. This is a puzzle where we have 6 balls. All the balls are same, but there is a minor difference here. So can we find out that minor difference here? All the balls are same, but one ball is different.
Fourth ball have 2 big circles.
True.
I think this is the difference.
Yes, yes, ma'am. This is good. Correct. Fourth ball is having 2 big circles and the one smaller circle. So this is the different one. So this is achieved only when we are into a calmer situation. We are stress-free. And if we are in the stress condition, we can divert our mind with this constructive puzzles also. Next, okay. So there are 5 masks I have. One is having one difference, other 4 are same. And here I am not talking about the color. There is some minor difference. One is different, the rest 4 are same. Yes.
Ma'am,
Which
the
one is?
third one has the angle is towards the center, ma'am.
Yes, very correct. The third one is having eye tapering
Towards the center.
inside, while others they are having tapering outside. So this again is a very good activity, good exercise we can do to manage our stress. The next one, okay. So there we have 7 candies. One is different, rest are same. Or same, when I say same and different, that means all are following a pattern or rule of color, but one is not following that rule of color.
Ma'am, the third one.
The third one.
The third one.
Yes. How do you say? What is your explanation to it? The center one is yellow.
Center one yellow, yes, ma'am.
Black.
Yeah.
Yellow. Black.
Black.
Okay. Yes. What about the fourth one? Black, yellow, alternating colors, huh? Okay. And the fifth one?
Black, yellow, black, white.
White.
Red.
Okay. Ma'am, the fifth one I see. Black,
ये
yellow,
थोड़ा
black,
गलत हो गया है ना, तो थोड़ा मुझे
Yes,
लग रहा है
yes,
कि ये
ma'am.
स्विफ्ट होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये वो रूल फॉलो नहीं कर रहा है अल्टरनेट कलर वाला. Every other individual is following the same color theory, but this fifth one is deviated. Black,
Yes, ma'am.
yellow, black, then comes white.
Hmm.
And if we see, look at the sixth one, yellow, white, yellow, white. Following. Huh? The seventh one, red, black, red, black. Following the theory. So what we feel is, which one is the odd one out?
The fifth one. ma'am.
Fifth one.
Okay, so these are few games or several these techniques that can deviate our mind from the stress, and we can have some meaningful or some constructive activity. This is also a technique to manage stressful conditions. Okay, so other techniques apart from these are building a healthy lifestyle or healthy habits. We have good nutrition and good quantity of sleep that can restore the energy, and it can restore energy and reduce stress, which is creating a foundation for effective stress management. If we eat at time, sleep at time, then it will help us in managing our stress. Next one is limiting screen time and digital detox. It is advised that before going to bed, 30 minutes before we switch off the mobiles, or we just come into the mode of sleeping, no screen time, 30 minutes, starting from 30 minutes before we go to sleep. It will help boost our sleep, and the sleep will be restored. Otherwise, this blue light coming out from the mobile, from the TV, it hampers our sleep. So it is advised to have frequent digital detox, and this switching off the mobiles and televisions 30 minutes before is highly recommended. So next one is establishing work-life boundaries. We have to establish this boundary that if we bring our work at home, this surely is going to affect our health and family life. So maintaining this clear-cut boundaries is also very helpful in managing the stress, because you should be knowing what is my limit. If somebody pushes that limit, of course, it is going to have an adverse effect on your health. So we must be drawing the boundaries, very healthy boundaries. Let your colleagues, your boss know that beyond this point of time or beyond this level of work is not healthy for me. So if you talk to them, maybe it will help, and it will certainly help you managing your stress. Okay. Managing stress is the one thing, and having emotional resilience and mindset is another thing. This says that making your mind so healthy or so strong that these petty issues, these trivial issues do not affect you. You must be knowing that before becoming a teacher or in the first year of your teacher, कोई एक छोटी सी बात से आप परेशान हो जाते थे, लेकिन अब उसी बात से आप परेशान नहीं हो पाते हैं. क्यों? Because you have developed a certain sort of resilience. एक अब आपके अंदर माइंडसेट हो गया है कि डेडलाइन है तो मीट करना ही करना है, एंड इफ वी हैव टू मीट द डेडलाइन, यू हैव टू स्टार्ट अर्ली. सो नॉट ओनली मैनेजिंग द स्ट्रेस, मैनेजिंग स्ट्रेस इज कि जब स्ट्रेस आ गया है, लेकिन अगर हमें स्ट्रेस आए ही नहीं, हम उस चीज पर भी हमें काम करना चाहिए, एंड दैट इज डेवलपिंग अ रेजिलियंस. एंड फॉर दैट व्हाट वी कैन डू इज recognizing and managing our emotions. We have to very well identify our emotions and understand the triggers. जो मुझे ट्रिगर करता है, कौन सी ऐसी बात है जिससे मैं परेशान हो जाता हूँ या हो जाती हूँ, तो मुझे उस सिचुएशन में आना ही नहीं है. Suppose there is a colleague, toxic colleague, I will not be going to him or her every now and then. I would be avoiding him or her because that disturbs my mental peace. My vibrations are not matching with him or her. So मुझे उनसे दूर रहना है. और अगर मुझे आइडेंटिफाइड है कि ये तो टॉक्सिक है ही है, तो इस तरह का रेजिलियंस भी होगा कि if he or she says something which I'm not liking, I should not get affected because I know इसका तो ऐसा ही स्वभाव है. So if developing this resilience, this mindset is also very important. पहली बात है कि स्ट्रेस हो गया है तो क्या करें, और दूसरी बात है कि स्ट्रेस हो ही ना, कोई आपको स्ट्रेस दे ही ना पाए, तो हमें उस पर भी काम करना है. So we have to recognize our emotions, triggers, कहाँ से मुझे ट्रिगर मिलता है, मुझे उस रास्ते जाना ही नहीं. So this is one thing, having emotional awareness. See, I would like to discuss one thing here, that few people, they are struggling in their career. And probably they have worked so hard to achieve a position which they did not get. So that thing always remains in their mind and heart. जब भी कभी वो बात चलती है तो वो एक ट्रिगर हो जाता है ना. तो क्या है कि उस इमोशन को हमें प्रॉपरली एड्रेस करना है, और कोशिश करनी, एड्रेस भी करना है और कोशिश भी करना है कि एवरी नाउ एंड देन हम उस सिचुएशन में नहीं पड़े. सो दीज आर टू डिफरेंट बट वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स टू मैनेज and to build a resilience mindset. Next is empathy and effective communication. Empathy enhances understanding others' emotions, कि हम दूसरों के इमोशंस नहीं हर्ट करें, जिससे वो स्ट्रेसफुल कंडीशन में नहीं आए. और एक ये म्यूचुअल डायलॉग से हो सकता है कि अगर कोई कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है, दैट वी कैन रिजॉल्व. सपोज you said something which I did not like, but I did not tell you. I am burning from inside, but you don't know. So this is very putting negative effect on me. But if I would have talked to you, discussed it with you, maybe आपका वो इंटेंशन नहीं था, but it is my mindset, मैंने ऐसा सोच लिया कि ये आपके साथ ऐसा हुआ है. So आपने मेरे को हर्ट करने के लिए किया है. So mutual dialogue, effective communication can also resolve so much of conflicts and stressful conditions. Here I would like to give my practical experience. See, I have a colleague. So we were working on a project together, and we were working together. Somehow I was guiding her and she was doing it. But we are a team. We were on the same page. कोई सबऑर्डिनेट, कोई जूनियर, कोई सीनियर नहीं था, हम एक सेम लेवल पे थे. बस ये था कि मैं थोड़ा उनको गाइड कर रही थी and she was doing it. So both of us were, as a team we were working. अब हुआ क्या, once because she was doing it, I was telling her. So when she completed, she directly went to the boss and she showed it to him. और जब she showed it to him, she did not, maybe she did or she did not tell him कि ये हम दोनों ने मिलके साथ में किया. And when she came back, then she said कि I showed it to sir. देखिए, एक सिचुएशन ये है कि she was honest enough that she came back and she told me. अगर उनके मन में कोई चोर होता तो she would have, she did not tell me, she wouldn't tell me कि मैंने सबको दिखा दिया है, but she told me. And immediately it was a trigger for me and I felt very very bad. I said, I thought it in my mind that when we were working together, we should have gone together to his office. And I don't know what you people talk and how you presented it. Maybe you took all the credit or all that, it's solely your contribution. But she said, no, he did not even see it. He just said, okay, this is done. And then, okay, proceed. But I felt very bad. And then I talked to her. I said, ma'am, when we were working together, it was our mutual project. We should have gone together. Only कुछ नहीं हुआ. He did not even see it. कुछ नहीं बोला उन्होंने बोला कि अच्छा ठीक है, हो गया है, जाओ. Then also I said, no ma'am, but I did not like it. In future, if some situation arises like this, please take me along, because I would like कि हम लोग अगर साथ में मिलके काम किया तो हम साथ में ही उसको दिखाएंगे. And she agreed to it. See, her intentions were very clear. She just wanted the work to be done. But she did not take me along. Maybe I was somewhere else, or maybe I was busy with some other stuffs. But she was honest enough, and she made it a point. And in near future, and in now onwards, when she has to, like we have to show something to our boss or to our superiors, we go together. And she made it a point. So her intentions were clear. Just because I could talk to her openly, this conflict, जो कि एक stress बन सकता था बाद में, that got resolved. So in this manner, I would like to thank her also, that she understood my feelings. She acknowledged those feelings कि कोई बात नहीं, अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि हमें साथ जाना चाहिए तो हमें साथ जाना चाहिए, कोई बात नहीं, हम आपके फ्री होने का वेट कर लेंगे. So this is how, if we have effective communication with our colleague, with our boss, with our family members, most of the conflicts and most of the stressful conditions can be avoided. And next is the coping with negative thoughts. If we have negative thoughts, we have to realign our brain. See, there can be, in this situation जो मेरे साथ हुआ, उसमें मैं दो चीज सोच सकती थी. एक तो ये भी सोच सकती थी कि अरे इसका स्वभाव ही ऐसा है, ये तो चाहती होगी कि इसके नंबर बन जाए और इसको प्रमोशन हो जाए, इसको वो हो जाए. But I did not think in that manner. I just thought about myself कि मुझे ये खराब लग रहा है. And for that instance, I wanted to address my emotions, and I showed and I told it to her. So every time when some stressful situation arises, we basically actually have to rewire our brain and shift our thinking from negative to the positive ones. Because जितना हम negative thoughts के बारे में सोचेंगे, negative feelings लाएंगे, things will get worse. And nobody is in charge of your happiness and your mental well-being. Only you and you are. So in that situation, you have to identify your emotions. You have to be self-aware. Cope with those situations. If some negative thought is coming, you replace with positive thoughts, because one thought gives rise to another thought, then there is an uncontrollable chain. And when you get trapped into this mind trap of the negative thoughts, the situation can become uncontrollable. So first and the foremost, first step, we have to stop it. Okay, so next comes cultivating a positive mindset. How can we cultivate a positive mindset? One thing which we can do is we can have a gratitude practice. Incorporating gratitude practices enhances emotional resilience by shifting focus from challenges to positives, fostering optimism, reducing stress, and promoting a healthier mindset, essential for effective stress management. From my situation, what I have learned is I did not feel negative about for my colleague. I just identified my emotion that I am not liking this and I have to address it. And once the situation was sorted, I am grateful and feeling gratitude. See, not only my contribution, ये मेरे colleague का भी contribution है, that she acknowledged it and she understood what I wanted to say, what I meant, what I was feeling. तो ये gratitude होना भी जरूरी है, and I thanked her. Many a times it happens कि मेरी वजह से कुछ delay होता है, तो she waits for me, because now she has made it a point that she won't go alone for signing those papers. So she waits for me. And every time when she waits for me or I wait for her, she waits for me, we mutually thank each other. Thank you, ma'am, for waiting for me. मेरी वजह से आपको delay हुआ, या वो बोलते हैं कि आप मेरा तो टाइम पे था, आपका थोड़ा डिले हो गया, तो आपने वेट किया या मैंने वेट किया, सो म्यूचुअली एक ग्रैटिट्यूड है एक दूसरे के लिए. सो जब व्हेन वी हैव अ ग्रैटिट्यूड, वी आर लुकिंग फॉर द पॉजिटिव थिंग्स. इन दोज सिचुएशंस हमें स्ट्रेस होना थोड़ा दूर की बात लगती है, because we are looking towards the positive aspects. So, and next is, if we are having growth mindsets for the challenges, agar if we are feeling some challenge, if some challenge is arising, we should embrace a growth mindset, which where we feel is as an opportunity. We feel it as some opportunity has come. So now we have to work in this manner. We will not be whining, we will not be cribbing, and we will work like opportunity given to us. Many of you would be knowing this, with the advent of NEP, National Education Policy 2020. So many changes in education system has happened. So, and first they have started with the foundational state. For this foundational state, they have developed the progress card has changed now, and it is better known as holistic progress card, HPC, these days. And in this holistic progress card, we have to see a child's physical development, socio-emotional development, cognitive development, artistic development, everything we have to see. So it is a document of like 5 to 6 pages. And when this NEP came, and this HPC was to be designed before CBSE or Nipun Bharat released it. This opportunity, I would say this responsibility was given to me to develop this HPC. And of course, it was very, very challenging first, because I was not knowing what is to be done. There was few handouts to help me, but I prepared first draft that was rejected outwardly. Then I made some improvements. Then I made the second draft, third draft, and like 5-6 drafts I made in a duration of 1 and 2 months. And once it was ready, I was having such sense of gratitude and thankfulness that I was given this opportunity. I have done it. Now a sense of accomplishment that came to me. And next is, I found an opportunity in this challenge. And when something, some people and some meeting occurs, my head never ever forgets to mention this, that she has worked very hard and she contributed a lot. So once in first condition, when this making HPC was obviously, evidently seeming to be a challenge, become an opportunity for me. And I am very grateful to the management, to the system, that they gave me this opportunity so that I could work. Next is building support networks. If we build support networks, if we take into confidence our family, our colleagues, this will help in fighting or making a resilient mindset to deal effectively with the stress. So taking people together is very important. Staying in isolation may become stressful for you, because then you have to do everything, and then you are into your mind traps, thoughts of your mind, that he is thinking like that, he is like feeling like that, he is actually doing this to demean me. Go straight away, have a good talk, and just have an idea what they are feeling, what is there in the mind. And most of the situations, what I have felt is, it is not about me, it is about them. Because when somebody scolds at you, somebody doesn't talk to you properly, it's not because you did something wrong. Maybe he or she is feeling something inside, and that has compelled them to talk in that manner. So don't take everything too personal, that he was saying like this, she was saying like this, she was intending like this. No, most of the times it is about them only. And because something is going inside them that has compelled them to do in this manner. Okay. So this next, what we can do is stress journaling. Stress journaling is a very important tool. Here, what we can do is that we have to write down what are the things that give me stress. We just have to vent out. We have to write them in black and white in a paper. And if we go through what we have written, we will have a compiled data that what are the things that give me stress. So how we have to, or I have to deal with those situations. उस सिचुएशन में मैं क्या अच्छा कर सकती हूँ या क्या अच्छा कर सकती हूँ. So yeah, I have prepared this sample for stress journaling. What we can do is that we can pose certain questions and we can find the answers of the questions. Question, and we will write the answer for this question. And in this manner, we will journal that what are the things that give me stress. So first is that every teacher can relate to what situation in classroom stressed me together. If we write every day in our diary that, or for first 10 days or 12 days, that what are the things that give me stress? If I write, then I will have this better idea that these are the situations where stress can occur. And now I know how to deal with it. How did I respond and what could I try differently next time? If some stressful condition has arisen, how I responded, how I should have responded in a better way. Or it's not about classroom only. It's about office. It's about playground. It's about in our day-to-day life, in our family setup. How differently we can act so that these stressful condition doesn't arise. Okay. Stress journaling, and alternatively, what we can do is we can take a moment, the moment where I felt proud of today was, or proud of myself or my students. Okay. So in this manner, it can be kept into the category of gratitude journaling also. What are the instances or what are the situations when I feel proud in my classroom or in my office setup? So that will immediately, if you go back to the pages, that will give you immediately the idea that where I am best at and where I have to work on the influence. Next, to protect your mental peace, one boundary I need to protect for myself is. So these are few prompts which I have prepared so that we can do journaling, we can do writing, and if we go back to those pages, we can find out what are the things that trigger stress in me, what are the things I am proud of, what are the things I am good at. Okay? And one take home, what stress management technique I am going to use today. Okay, so this question I am posing to you, any of you can answer me what stress management technique or techniques I am going to use today or in future. What you have taken from this situation or the session which we have discussed so far. Can any one of you? Ritu ma'am? Sanjay sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Vijaya Lakshmi ma'am? Yeah, any of you, any one of you can answer this.
And I'm
Yeah.
going to see some riddles in which, or some images in which, like what you shown. So finding out the difference, and even I can see some watch some cartoon movies or something like that, ma'am, which will
Okay.
help to release the stress, ma'am.
Okay.
Or some
Anybody
funny
else?
jokes.
Right, right.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, we can, as ma'am said, we can watch a movie, we can draw painting, we can draw whatever we can. We can distract our mind.
Yes.
We can also do that if we have stress with any person, or we are thinking of him that he has not good for me. We
Right.
can talk to the person whether
Yes.
what did I feel or what I am feeling stressed the person and solve the better ways so that he also doesn't.
हाँ, many a times it happens कि वो intention नहीं होता है जो हम सोच रहे होते हैं. तो better straight away talking to them is far better, easier, and far better, more fruitful than just mincing the words in your mind. Okay?
Ma'am,
Yes, sir?
yeah, actually the thing is that when you get stressed with something, it is better to give a space of time,
Yes.
move away from that,
Hmm.
and have your own break, like having water, relieving yourself, then putting yourself in a lighter mood by listening to your music or anything, whatever you like the best, that you do for some time. That brings your stress levels to the greater extent on the lower levels. And then suppose if it is a matter of continuation of thinking of the subject, what you have to go with, then you can think with what you call on a lower end with a higher mode. So that will
Yes.
make you means, okay, I am now okay, I can answer for this question.
Right, right.
Like that.
Taking
So
a
it is all,
pause.
it is you. You have to what you call make yourself a space from the stress.
Yes.
Generally, the stress comes when the third party enters between you and your thinking.
Yes.
So
What
Yes,
you
you
ma'am.
are,
should not mind
yes, yes.
for
What
the
you
third
are saying,
party so much.
yes, what you are saying is we should be having self-awareness. And
And ma'am, one thing is then that we have to talk with ourselves also. Like what I do when I go to sleep, I take 10 minutes to give myself then what I did today, what is wrong, what is right, what I did wrong, and what did I do right. So we should talk ourselves also, our daily routine. In our daily routine,
reflection.
what we do, we
What
should
you are
talk.
saying is reflection.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And meditation, of course, meditation helps a lot to reduce our stress level. Talk to ourselves. Listen a light music, not so much harsh and light music. We should listen light music. And again, yes,
Music.
meditation. Talk ourselves. Give some time to ourselves that where we are going something wrong, what we are doing right. So we should give time to ourselves also.
It is. See, having a pause is very much important. It's not directly or immediately reacting. Sometimes things may get cleared immediately, not immediately, with the passage of time. So it's not that if something happens, you directly start shouting or reacting towards it. You can have a little pause, you can have deep breathing, you can calm your mind, and if the situation persists, maybe then you can talk, because by the time you have given the pause, you have waited for some time, 50% of the problem may get solved. Okay, so in stress journaling, we can write, today I felt stressed when the thought looping in my mind right now is, if I release this worry, I will feel. So these are the things that you can write. These are just the templates or the prompts that you can use in your uh, journaling, stress journal, to identify your stress and the means that works best to release your stress. One small thing I can do to feel lighter is, this is subjective. It varies person to person. So you have to be self-aware You have to identify which thing works best for you and you work accordingly. Sudhakar sir, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, ma'am. Means actually the thing is that when you want to talk to yourself, first you have to decide yourself whether this topic is essential for us to have a reflection.
Yes.
Means for everything, if you go for reflection, the mind, what the space you have to do, that will get occupied with unnecessary things.
Yes, sir.
So first you have to initially think of whether this is my cup of tea or not. If it is a cup of tea, come on, give some time, reflect on it, then you get the answers on it.
Yes.
Then if you have a question, again, give a lapse of time, think for that and get the answer for it. So it is don't go on thinking for reflexes, because every time when you go on thinking of too much of the things, your mind time space which is there, that will be occupied more than what it has been prevailing.
Yes, sir.
So kindly don't go for too much of reflections.
As I said, keep.
जो होता है होने दो पहले.
Yes, as I
उसके
said,
बाद में
50%
उसके
of
बाद
things will be going like this. Suppose आपके intervention के बिना ही अगर 50%, 50% things have been clarified, so you don't need to reflect on them, है ना? We reflect only on the things that in a way bother us or hold some weightage in our life. Because see, one times it happens that you went outside vegetable seller के पास, you brought something, you brought potatoes, उसमें से आपका एक दो पोटैटो खराब निकल गया. Now this is for you is a very small thing कि ठीक है एक दो खराब निकल गया. You will not keep on thinking about it कि क्यों निकल गया, कैसे निकल गया, उसने मेरे साथ ये किया, because it doesn't deserve your attention. So it is like this. You have to decide that what are the things that deserve your attention and reflection, and which will give me. अब आप next day जाएंगे, next day आप लेकर आएंगे all fresh, all healthy potatoes, that is sold automatically, है ना? That means it is not having any weightage now. इतनी उसकी वैल्यू थी नहीं. So it is up to us कि हम किस चीज को वैल्यू देकर बड़ा कर रहे हैं या किस चीज को वैल्यू न देकर उसको इनसिग्निफिकेंट कर रहे हैं. सो एज यू वर सेइंग, दिस इज राइट कि थोड़ा पॉज भी देना चाहिए और सभी बातों के बारे में रिफ्लेक्शन नहीं करना चाहिए. Okay, so moving on to the next part, support system and the resources. If we feel that the problem is persisting continuously, then we can seek some professional help. So professional help, we can have this counseling or therapy. This professional help can tell us ways or means to deal with the emotions or the stress which is bothering us. Then we are in office setup, that employee assistant programs and school resources, they have confidential files, law of confidentiality. We can talk to the counselors there. These counselors will help you managing those emotions and stressful communications conditions. Next, community and online support growth. These days in bigger cities, I know there are several communities and online groups that share their views, their ideas to come out from the particular stressful situations and how to deal with those emotions. So you can seek help and support from different levels, whatever level you feel right is. Then you can have support from your family, your partners. In office setup, you can have support of your peers. You can have teachers and parents meeting to seek some help or support to avoid those stressful conditions. And finally, not only seeking support, but extending support is also our responsibility. So in those situations, we have to, or we should be creating supportive environments, fostering open communications, trust, and empathy within school, home environment, and office setup that enhances emotional safety that encourages collaboration and shared problem solving. That means we have to strive to make this supportive environment wherever we are, whether at home, office, or in school, so that we should have empathy towards others. We can have trust amongst us, so that these stressful conditions are avoided. We have a very good cordial environment. Okay, so stress management strategies at work and home, we have discussed them already. I should be skipping that. Okay, the final one is maintaining long-term well-being. So dealing with stress, managing those emotions, having support will help us having a lifelong well-being. For that, sometimes every now and then we should be having self-assessment techniques. So these regular self-assessment techniques or assessment techniques like emotional journaling, rating daily stress will help identify the problems and the patterns. And when we identify the pattern, we are able to maintain. When we identify them, we sort them, then we have the lifelong or long-term well-being. Identifying and redressal is very important. And this is how we can have a lifelong well-being. Otherwise, only identification, not redressal, will be incomplete thing. And if you have not identified them, no redressal will be happening. So in this manner, I would say that it goes hands in hands. One, you have to identify the stress or your emotion which is being triggered, and then the redressal, identifying and addressing is important. Then adjusting strategies as needed. Whatever strategy works best for you, so that you have a healthy mindset. We have to identify that. This becomes the subjective. You have to find out what works best and what is effective for me in my situation. Like every technique will not be helping every person. So we have to identify that and then work accordingly to have a healthy long-term well-being. We can attend workshops and training programs to develop the resilience, so that these small issues, this stress doesn't affect us. Next is we have to stay informed on mental health, because if I remember 10-15 years before, people were not talking about this mental well-being. But these days, people are openly talking about well-being. People are admitting that we are going to counselors, we are taking therapies. So we have to stay informed, and we should be knowing that where we can seek help and how we can seek help. This all, if we do together, then we will be having a healthy lifestyle and healthy mindset. We can also act to encourage lifelong self-care practices, promote regular self-reflection, skill development, and mindfulness to help teachers and parents sustain resilience. That means we have to talk to parents so that this healthy mindset is developed in our children, in teachers, and in parents as well. So finally, I would say that stress is inevitable. We cannot avoid stress. At our workplace, home, or in family, we are exposed to one or the other kind of stress. But the best thing is we should be self-aware and we should be knowing what is the thing that gives me stress and what are the emotions that trigger stress in me, and I should be knowing what are the techniques that helps me and what are the platforms or the support where I can get the support so that I can avoid this stressful condition. And if the stressful condition has arisen, how I can deal with it, manage it, and develop a resilient mindset so that in future these things doesn't bother me. So with these words, I would say thank you so much for being a wonderful audience, and I express my gratitude and appreciation to all of you for being so patient listeners and very uh, interactive, very enthusiastic listeners. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that's all from my side. Anybody can express his or her view, or anyone who would like to say something.
Ma'am. Hello.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, can we have any time something to interact with you? Do you have any number?
Yeah, sure. I'll share my number with Shanoli ma'am or Abhinav sir, and I am on LinkedIn as well. You can the name is same. You can find me, search me on LinkedIn, and I will share my number with sir or madam. You can please reach out to me. No worries.
Actually, the thing is that this is what you call 50 minutes space.
Yes.
So I don't think we can go in deep with the things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So in that way, what I feel is actually generally mostly important is 90% is only the teacher community. If I
Yeah.
don't mind, come out. It's the teacher community who comes for this kind of meetings.
Yes, sir.
So for those community, how we can help further with this stress
Yes, sir.
management, well-being or anything. I feel that kind of the things, if we can able to prepare and
Yeah,
share.
sure, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will sure definitely.
So that gives us a lot of strength.
Yes. And
So the PPT sometimes, if at all we want to share with somebody, we can ask you also, ma'am, can you give some PPTs?
sure, sir. I will definitely do that. I will definitely do
Because
that.
it's all human development.
Yes, human development, and it's all just a journey. Nobody is perfect. So we
Yeah.
have to, we have to identify our emotions. We have to be aware of ourselves, and where we are feeling or facing difficulty, we can seek help. So seeking help is not a taboo
Yeah.
anymore.
That's it. That's it. Because I want, everything ultimately is nothing but tomorrow's child. We want to wish him to make him a better child.
Yes.
That is the end word of every teacher.
Yeah.
It's
See,
not the salary, it's not the what you call appreciation from the management or anything. It's building up tomorrow's world for a better community.
right. The thing is, sir, that this salary thing, this promotions, this is everything is outside the classroom. But when we enter the classroom as teacher, we are trying our best to give our best to the children, to the students who are looking to us with lots and lots of hope. And it's our moral duty to give them the best we can provide so that so that they be not only self-sufficient academically but emotionally, socially, they should become a true well-rounded developed individual.
Yeah.
Yes.
So nice of you, Pramila ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Can we just switch on our camera, everyone, so that I can have a screenshot memoir for me? Yeah, that would be good, no? Yes. Okay. Right.
Very nice session, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pramila. It was a very great session. And thank you everyone for joining the session. And stay connected with us. We will come up with new topics and new workshops soon.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, each and everyone,
Thank you very much. Thank you.
for being a team of us.
It was very enlightening. Ma'am, one thing I just want to ask, if it is our boss and we cannot speak out to the boss,
Yes.
so how do we use other methods, other techniques for stress? Because as such, we cannot talk to our boss. We cannot convey our things to our boss. So
Yes, sir. Ma'am, the thing is that not everybody is unapproachable. Sometimes it may happen that if we draw the boundaries and what we are feeling in correct word, using the correct word, we can send or we can give that message to him or her that I am not liking it. We don't have to say yes to everything the boss says. We have to draw some boundaries, and that boundary in a good words we can pass on to him or her, and that is really very very important. And don't think that it may go negative or something like that, but if the thing is said in a good way, using proper words, I think that will work. That will definitely work.
yes, right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you all. You have been a wonderful audience, participants, and I hope you are taking some good messages after this session.
Sure.
And you will be
Definitely,
implementing this, yes, managing techniques, managing stress in your class, in your school, office, or in your playground setup, because we have some sport coaches as well with us. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.